when you get a game delayed, when you're winning it and it seems like momentum's your way. But I thought we did a great job coming out this morning and just pounding them, as far as pounding the ball, hitting the ball hard, and scored 3 runs there and put that game away. Then then we get another delay, and I'm thinking, I don't think this delay is going to help us, because we had a little momentum. We're going to start playing in 40 minutes. And then when we sit around for 3 hours, and then we just ran into, Carter Holton, who was outstanding. We didn't do much against him. He pitched a complete game shutout, as you saw. We had a couple balls hard, probably wind knocked 1 or 2 down that might have gone out of the park, but we didn't do much up and down the lineup, and credit to him. They played good defense. They got a couple of big hits, 2-out hits that kind of a backbreaker when Keegan rolled that ball through the middle. And, we knew runs were going to be really hard to come by. On our side pitching, I thought Wiggins threw the ball really well. He had velocity, 8 strikeouts, and 4 1/3. I think he had 1 walk, but he really did a nice job for us. We didn't do anything for him, honestly. We didn't field the ball at first. That ended up costing us the first run, and I thought it was a play that should have been made, and I think it will be made 9 out of 10 times, but it wasn't today. And then they got that. There was a C&I single later that knocked in a couple of runs that were his left on base, but other than that, I thought Jackson threw really well.
What made Holton so tough today?
Well, he had high velocity. Obviously, he's left-handed. Spotted his. I thought he threw his fastball pretty good both sides of the plate, but he was throwing his breaking ball to the right-handers, kind of on the outer half, and he was landing a little bit. We hadn't seen that he had landed his breaking ball as much as he did today, and then he actually got some fastballs, I think, called away on some lefties that we thought were really questionable, and have to check him out. But I just thought he commanded the baseball and did a great job. He pitched ahead all day. He was, there's a couple. He walked us a few times, but when you're throwing that hard, you're going to walk some people, and his walks really, obviously they didn't hurt him.
And what do you think of McIntyre? He gave you a nice outing there, and
I thought he did a great job. That was our plan when we left last night. As a matter of fact, Vermillion got the 1 hitter out. We weren't bringing him back. McIntyre was coming back, and then it started raining or lightning or whatever the heck happened. That's what we were going to do. And we got to sit on it all night and didn't change our mind. He came out and did a great job, gave us 3 innings, gave us an opportunity to rest our bullpen. And, if we had 2 down the stretch today, obviously we used Taylor a little bit, but, we could have gone with a couple other guys too.
What did you make of Bradfield's performance this week? Yeah, I think
he was unbelievable. He killed us. It's pretty obvious. He probably was 5 or 6 for 6 stolen bases, and I don't know, probably had 5 or 6 hits and walked a time or 2. And he was incredible. He's the best leadoff man in the country by far. And when he gets on base, he's a definite problem. Even if he doesn't steal a base, he's distracting your pitcher. He's rushing your infield, and he was unbelievable.
Game 2, y'all had 11 runs on, I think, 5 hits, and you seemed like y'all made him pay with the free passes. How big was that, capitalizing on those?
Yeah, it was big. We hit some home runs, and we got some extra bats, and we took advantage of it. It's kind of what they did to us early in the first game, and then we caught them. It's been a real weird stretch where, if you go back to today, we've been behind 5 runs 4 games in a row, and we're 2-2. That's pretty amazing. So, and almost 3-1. We had a shot to win that game on Friday night. We had the bases loaded, hit a ball hard right at first baseman, hit a double play. We might win that thing.
And Caden Wallace in game 2 had 2 home runs, hit a lot of balls hard all weekend. And he's had a good year for you, but do you think he's kind of starting to pick it up even more and kind of going to a different level lately?
Well, this weekend he did, that's for sure. Saw kind of what I really like to see from Caden is him drive the ball to right field. When he hit that I guess the home run was that last night. He hit that to give us the lead, the 3-run homer. I mean, he drove that ball the other way, and he's hit some balls good to right, but he hit that ball really hard. I think he's been a little too pull happy, and it's good to see him go the other way because he can still pull the ball when he needs to. The wind pushed the ball foul today, or he leads the game off for us in the bottom of the first with a home run. The ball barely foul. If it was foul, we'll never know. We had a little taller foul ball, we might, but that ball's hit well, and he let it get deep. And he's swinging the bat right. This weekend was the best we've had him all year.
And with Wiggins, it's now 2 weeks in a row that he's really given you a good effort in a pivotal rubber match. And just kind of how good do you feel about his development and kind of where he's at heading towards the end of the year?
Yeah, I feel really good about him. Very confident when he's on the mound. I think, he was frustrated for a couple of weeks there. Last weekend, he pitched against a really good team like he did today, and he held them down. And last week's was on the road and a team that likes to go the other way a lot. And he did a great job for us. And today I felt like he duplicated it. And, we could have left him in there. His pitch count was still, I think, at 85, a little high for 4 1/3, but he could have gone another 20 pitches. We just thought, hey, we got Taylor, and let's just go ahead and let him get a little more work in. And unfortunately, they hit a ball up the middle and scored 2. And like I said, when one down, pitcher's throwing like Holton's throwing tonight, when all of a sudden you're 3 down, it was tough. You got the wind blowing in, got to get some people on base, and it didn't work out for us.
Hey, Dave, you guys had won 12 straight SEC home series, and you'd also beaten Ole Miss in a super, and South Carolina super. Maybe that wasn't part of the streak, but anyway, it's been a long time since you got beat by an SEC team at home in a series. What do you think of that run you guys had, and just how tough, how tough is it to see it end?
Well, it was a great run. Never want to see it end because you want to always win at home. You want to win everywhere, but we've won a lot of games here. I thought the crowd was awesome today, staying through that delay. And then, it wasn't a packed house, but it felt like it. That was as loud as I've heard in the first couple innings, especially with the number of people who was here. We really appreciate that. So home field's an advantage. It should be. And, disappointed that we didn't just give them a little more to cheer for that second game.
You play really well to start the day, and so you're tied 1-1, and then tough loss, you get shut out. I mean, is it tough to enjoy that first win when the second one goes like it did?
Oh yeah, it would have been really tough if we wouldn't have won the second one though. But I mean, because the third game is to win the series. You don't win the series, you go home. That's the way I look at it. And we've got to win some series. We got to go on the road, play Alabama, who's fighting to try to get to a regional, and they've got an older team, and I know they can hit. And I don't know how their game's going today. They're playing Auburn. They've lost 2 tight games to Auburn on the road, and I mean, this league's tough. We got 17 wins in the SEC. A lot of teams would be smiling with that, and I'm happy with it. I would like to have 18, but it's it's a tough league this year. Everybody's about the same, honestly. Everybody's about the same.
What did you make of Hagen's outing yesterday?
Yeah, I can't even remember Hagen's outing yesterday, to be honest with you. I'd have to have a box score in front of me to kind of even remember what went on. I don't even know how many innings he threw. Yeah.
I guess now going into the last weekend, I think you and A&M are tied at the top of the West. Is that kind of what you expected because of how close it is this year?
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly where I thought it would be. And I told the coaches a few weeks back, more like 5 weeks back, that I said 18 might tie and 19 might win it. And that's, it might end up being what happens. So it doesn't surprise me a bit. They played their last 6 games at home in conference play, I think it was, and they played really well at home. We played them 2 one-run games at their place. And you look back and you kind of kick yourself, but you do it every year. There's some other one-run losses in there for us that are frustrating, but we've won a few of those as well. We beat some really good people here this year. You look at, Ole Miss 2 out of 3, and now they're back to being what everybody thought they would be. And, LSU is run into Ole Miss, who's hot right now, and but they were hot there after they left here. They took it out on everybody, and it's kind of the way this league works. When you got Vandy, you see how good they are. They're one game over 500 in league play, and they got LSU coming to them next week, I think, something like that. So it's a very even league. Obviously, I haven't seen Tennessee play, and they're better than everybody this year, and they proved it week in and week out. But other than that, I think the league is just really balanced. It's very talented. The pitching is the pitching this year, that at least what we faced, and we haven't faced all the team, it's been really good. And what I mean by that, the velocity, the secondary pitches. I mean, there's a freshman left-hander that's throwing in the mid-90s, 7 straight innings. There's not too many guys that are in college doing that are left-handed, that are freshmen. And I mean, he was amazing. And to face him for another couple of years.
Hey, Dave, talk about how good you guys have been at home. You've been good at home for a long time, but really, really good lately. Recent years, do you feel like you've got a regional, host pretty much wrapped up, and now you're probably going to Alabama and maybe Hoover to play to see if you could be that top 8 seed, or how do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know if we have a regional host wrapped up. I hope we do, but I told our guys, we got to keep playing. We got to get better. We got to do the little things better. We got to drive in runs and, all the things that you have to improve on, holding runners. I mean, you can get exposed pretty quick, but I don't know, we get to go to Alabama, play Alabama, stay in Alabama, go over to Hoover. We still have a lot to play for. We'd like to get a bye the first round. We don't have anything locked up there. And, we want to get better. We want to win the tournament, but, it would be nice if we had an opportunity to host as well, to come back here and play.
The ball that Battles cut there, was there a play at third on that? Could you tell?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking that the throw might've been offline a little bit, and, Webb has a really good arm, and when he's accurate, I don't know if he really threw I don't know. I mean, you can argue it both ways. Should have thrown the ball to second, taken the safe route, keep the double play in order. They have a runner on second who's an okay runner, but I think in that situation, trying to keep that runner off third with less than 2 outs, might have been. I was okay with it in that situation. If it had been maybe a different score, I wouldn't have been. But yeah, it was a strong throw. I just think it might have been over a little bit. That's why he cut it.
These so many games, it seemed like they have such a different feel, because especially when you get down 3-0 in the 5th or whatever, and it's like the 8th or something.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about these 7-inning games?
I don't like them. I bet people talking about college baseball games are too long, and they want to move it to 8 innings. How do I feel about that? And I'm like, let's put it that way. I didn't ever respond to it. I got somebody that's up there they're discussing these things. I didn't respond because I didn't know how to respond, because I don't like it. Baseball's 9 innings. If you don't want to watch it, go do something else. It's 9 innings, 27 outs, and 7-inning games are scary. You got a pitcher like that, man, you're loving it, because he got us. And when you score first, I mean, you're in the 3rd inning, but you're really in the 6th. I mean, it just moves on quick, and you get 4 innings out of your starter, and you got a setup guy that can give you an inning or 2, and all of a sudden you go to your closer. It's just a different game. But that's not why we lost the game. They just beat us. Okay.